My name is Moon Petrie. It is the 4th of July. Well, some parts of the country are seeing their highest ever temperatures. Is actually pretty chilly here for July. But it is summery enough that I have tons of ripe berries. So I have not been vlogging on the daily because revision is boring to watch. It's really boring to watch. I'm perfectly content to watch somebody type and listen to the clicking of a keyboard for a couple minutes of B-roll in a video, but with revision there's just a lot of scrolling and looking and thinking and making, a constipated face, and so I've not been filming any of that. Here's what I have done so far. I am revising a book called Undoing for Camp Nano July. This book is 65,000 word YA portal fantasy. It's actually a reverse portal fantasy. Someone from elsewhere comes here. So I did a quick first revision on it. I don't even know, at some point in the past. And then I sent it out to betas, and they were amazing and helpful and fantastic, and I did not even read through all of their feedback for months while I was working on other stuff. So what did I do? The last few days I went through all of that beta feedback and I pulled out all of the comments, and in some cases I had follow-up emails from people, and I put that all into one document. And I didn't include everything like, oh, I like this or whatever, unless I thought it was important, something that I might have cut unless somebody had said that they liked that part or something. And then I whittled it down. So one of my betas in particular, you probably know who you are, no complaints at all, but has a tendency to write incomplete sentences instead of bullet points. So sometimes paragraphs or whatever, sometimes I condensed it into bullet points. Sometimes I left a lot of it for consideration during this process. That beta reader also has a tendency to say, this is super helpful in case you're looking for things to ask a beta reader to do, to write like at the ends of chapters here and there throughout what they're anticipating, what, oh, I'm guessing this is gonna happen, or what they're, wondering or worrying about and stuff. So that is a super helpful thing to know. What is the reader thinking or expecting at this point in the book? But I didn't need so much of that in my document of all the things I need to do to fix it. Anyway, I whittled it down. It's still a 10-page document. I printed it out, and then I did something that I think will be super helpful. I took my document with this manuscript, copied the whole thing, pasted it into a new document with the title and this month and year, so that I know which one I'm currently working on. And I also know I can just cut it to bits. I can delete whole chapters and whatever, and I can always find it again if I need it in this old document. That's actually all that I have done, and my baby didn't really nap today, and I'm going to take my middle kids out to the fireworks tonight, so I might not get much done today. But my next step, I think, is to go through and weigh some of the bigger possible changes, things that would affect the timeline, things that would have larger impact. I might not actually do the changes, but I need to decide where I'm gonna make big changes. And in some cases I have multiple ideas, different suggestions or possibilities for what I could do that contradict each other. So I really have to choose. And so at least getting a clear idea of which big things are going to change and in what way, generally. And I think then I'm going to do as linear a path as I can. We'll see. Anyway, my goal for the month is to get through changing medium-ish things, stuff that would affect the timeline, building character relationships, stuff like that, as well as bigger mechanical changes that have an impact on the book overall. Get to the end. The end is going to have some major work done. Major. Hoping to get all of that done this month. And then next month I'll do like a line edit level pass. One thing that somebody pointed out several times earlier on in the book and then got like caught up reading and didn't give me such line level edits after that, which was super sweet, especially this comment about like, I am at work and I should not be doing this now, but I cannot stop reading. So the comments though at the beginning, a lot of them were about lengthy sentences that I could and should break up. So even though there aren't so many comments on that later on in the manuscript, I'm gonna keep an eye out for that stuff, knowing that I did it a bunch at the beginning. I'm sure I did it throughout as well. So things like that, prose, just try and reverse how I do things, because this is how it will look for you. So that is what I want to do in August. So in July I need to do the major developmental work. So that is what I am doing, or at least that is what I would be doing if I wasn't doing this and if my baby had napped, and you know. So now it's the 6th, and here's my update. Did you see a bug go by? So I have written down a list of 15 items that I needed to think through or brainstorm on. They were mostly plot holey, mostly about like not strong enough motivation or not well enough explained, reasoning behind things. And so I just free wrote and brainstormed on a bunch of these topics. And one of the things I'm really happy about, felt like a little bit of an epiphany. There's this one thing, and the question was about why do these people believe those people so easily about a thing that would be really hard to believe. And just sort of free writing on that, I found a way to do a thing that will convince people about the thing that's hard to believe, that will give some more background on some of the other stuff that I needed to explain, ratchet up some romantic tension, this character dynamic between these two characters, which is another thing I wanted to work on in general, and just raise the stakes overall. And so I'm really happy with that. It's I keep checking on the baby. It's not clear exactly how I will do the thing, but the general idea of the thing, I'm probably not going to nail it down until I'm actually writing that scene. You know, the pantser approach. So I'm super happy with that. I wrote at least something for 13 or 14 out of these 15 items, and ultimately wrote 1,000 words that aren't part of the document, aren't part of my manuscript, and don't count toward my word count goal. So I have still done nothing according to the Nano site, but I'm getting my bearings and have a better idea what I'm going to do. I'm not going to try to spot fix any of the bigger pieces, which is something I thought I might do. I'm going to just try to have at least a reasonable idea of how I'm going to approach them when I get to them, and do this in a linear fashion. That is the goal. When will I actually do anything with the document and start putting some progress onto my graph that I love so much on the Nano site. Tomorrow, my baby just found a filthy toothbrush that my other kids have used to scrub the dirt off Matchbox cars. Don't actually brush your teeth with that, okay? Gross. It's raining a little bit. So it is now the 7th, officially a week into Camp Nano, and I am officially into the actual revision of the manuscript in the document, actually changing things. And so I'm doing the thing. Unfortunately, what time I had today, I spent on chapter 1, and there are a lot of chapters. The chapters are really short, and there are like 54 of them. One of the things I might do at a later point is combine chapters, but yeah. So at this rate, I will get through it in the much too distant future. So I need to step it up. I'm gonna keep working on it and try and get through chapter 2 tonight. Maybe we'll see. New episode of Loki comes out tonight, so. But at least I am doing the thing. I'm doing the thing now. I'm making tangible progress. So, oh, kisses. So I am happy about that. I'm just going to call that a win and not chastise myself too much. Until next time, I am Moon Petrie. I hope your first week of camp went well, and hopefully you're doing something that involves actually being able to update the site and see a nice, pretty graph.